Hello celestial beings, and welcome back to my channel, or welcome to my channel if you are new. My name is Simone, and here on my channel I offer spiritual guidance to empower my celestial beings and heart-centered energy healing to help you align to your higher self. Today I have a new reading for you all about what energy is currently surrounding you. So it's going to be a timeless reading. Whenever you are finding this video is right when you need to hear these messages about the energy surrounding you, and we will tap into kind of how to work with this energy depending on what the energy is and go from there. If that sounds good to you, please consider hitting that subscribe button and joining our family of celestial beings. Let's not waste any time. I can't wait to dive into your piles where there's tarot cards, oracle cards. We're gonna go into depth with each one of these readings. So without further ado, let's dive into these piles. Pile number 1 is the Chevron Amethyst. Pile number 2 has the Aventurine stone. And pile number 3 has a red tiger's eye. Now's your opportunity to pause the reading and take as much time as you need to see which pile or piles most resonate with you. Once you have found your pile or piles, you could head on down into the description box below where I've posted the timestamps for each one of the readings. Please keep in mind that these readings are general readings, so keep the messages that resonate with you and leave the rest. Those are most likely for somebody else who also chose that pile. With all that said, let's not waste any more time. I will see you over at your reading. Hello, beautiful celestial beings who chose pile number 1. I have your pile right here with the Chevron Amethyst on it. So I'm going to set your stone aside so that we can dive into the oracle cards here first and just kind of tap into initial overall energy surrounding you. So let's see what we have. The first one we have is your North Node, and it says step out of your comfort zone. And we'll take a look at the other oracle card here as well. What do you need to release with the waning moon? So right away I see that the energy surrounding you has to do with your really overall soul's journey and purpose for being here. So you may want to look into what your North Node is, what sign your North Node is in. That can give you a better idea as to kind of what this energy is, what it's kind of moving you towards, what lessons you're needing to learn right now. We're also seeing that there's things that you're needing to let go of in order to really fully step into your life's purpose and your life path. Usually in the beginning of our lifetime, when we're younger, we're living out the kind of the ending of the South Node sign, where we're kind of working through those South Node or past life lessons, and then kind of transitioning into your North Node kind of happens as you work through your life and into your mid to late life. So that doesn't mean that, you know, whatever age you are doesn't really matter, because I feel it as though we fluctuate between the two as well, because sometimes you may have to jump back into your South Node energy to release some things so that you can move forward. So it seems like you're kind of in a stage of that, where you are needing to kind of step fully into your soul's path by learning a lesson, by releasing something and letting go of something. So what is something from your past that you know is no longer serving you? Maybe it's a person, maybe it's a grudge or a regret, maybe even, that you're needing to let go of in order for you to kind of remind yourself what you came here to do. So what your soul wants to accomplish and achieve while you're here, and what areas it wants to do that in. So we're going to tap into this further with the tarot cards. Those are just some initial messages I'm getting from your 2 oracle cards. Let's find out right now what those cards are. We have the 7 of Swords. In reverse, the 8 of Pentacles. These are all facing you, so I'm reading them that way. 4 of Cups. The Page of Cups. And then lastly, we have the Page of Pentacles. Yeah, it sounds like you're in a transitional time where you are kind of stepping into a new beginning. That can be a little scary with the Page of Pentacles, Page of Cups, but it feels as though, and typically when it has to do with your North Node, I mean, this is really what you came here to do. You came here to learn this lesson, to move forward, to achieve certain things in this particular area of life. And that can depend on each person just based on where your North Node is, like what sign it's in. But with the Seven of Swords and the Eight of Pentacles being in reverse, I feel like you may feel a bit like you're stuck. Maybe there's some kind of blockage where either you just feel like you can't take a step forward or start building on anything, like in a very tangible way. So this could be like a project or working towards a career that you're interested in, something you're trying to complete, get done, and it feels like things are kind of on pause. But I feel as though needing to release something in order to move forward, it feels as though it could be something from your past or your childhood that you're trying to release. With the Four of Cups, I'm feeling kind of as though like you can't get over something that didn't work out. In other words, maybe you really tried to work on something and make it work out. It doesn't mean it's never going to happen for you, but it may mean that you just kind of have to put it on pause or let it go for right now and accept that it just did not work out. And that's always really hard to do, but it seems as though healing that, accepting what was lost. But as you can see with the Four of Cups, I say this every time I see this card in a reading, there's always something, an opportunity, something right behind you, waiting for you to kind of look up and move forward from maybe what was lost to actually see what is now being given to you, what you actually gained from the experience, or what you can gain from the experience by, you know, really releasing it really. So you can see in this case, it is a mermaid kind of offering that goblet or cup to the man who's on the shore here, and he's really downtrodden, and it feels as though he feels like everything's lost. And the cards are telling you, your guides are telling you, not all is lost, right? You maybe put a lot of time and effort into this and it just didn't work out the way you wanted to, maybe not at all. Maybe you're having to feel like you're picking up the pieces and like starting over again, and that can be really frustrating for sure. But yeah, it's kind of like saying we need to just let this go. Like we need to accept that it just did not work out. But in a bigger picture, it's saying, hey, listen, this is going to ultimately move you towards really what you are going for in this life, in your soul's journey at that level. This is really part of your destiny, and it's okay that maybe this had to happen to have a lesson, or maybe it just had to happen. It just was something that did happen, has no meaning behind it, which can be like, it can be frustrating, I feel like, when you're trying to get over something that didn't work out and you're being told like, oh, well, there's a lesson in it. It's like, well, maybe we're not always in the right place to just try to see the good in it. But sometimes we have to just accept it either way, right? Like, even if you can't figure out, well, why would something this terrible happen? Or why would something this like seemingly useless thing happen to me? It's okay if you cannot figure that out, and we don't have to go into that. We don't have to like exhaust ourselves trying to understand why, or blaming ourselves too. Like, that's only going to drain you more. Ultimately, the cards just want you to know, like, hey, you know, you are going to move forward. There are going to be other opportunities. You will be able to move past this and find a new beginning, healing from this with the Page of Cups, Page of Pentacles, actually feeling like you start to build upon something. It may be something else though. It may be something in a different area that you're able to kind of take a step forward in. And I would just say, like, anything that you feel like you can move forward with, like anything you can put together, you can accomplish, something you can check off your list, is gonna help you with the energy right now that you're in. That would be kind of the message here with the Page of Pentacles, is kind of like start small. It's just gonna be kind of like a baby step approach in the beginning, just to kind of get through this energy of like, oh my gosh, I feel like I wasted a bunch of time, or you feel like you put so much effort into something. Once you kind of accept that, okay, it happened, it's over, but it wasn't all a loss, because you did ultimately gain experience from it, and experience, whatever the experience is, can help you move forward in other ways, can help you make different decisions moving forward, and deal with things in different ways. So ultimately, the energy here for you is just to kind of like do your best to accept that this one thing may feel like a roadblock, and instead try to see the other way through, the other path opening up, or even just be open to the idea that there is another path kind of coming, and you will see it. But first, I feel energetically, you are needing to just release this and give it to your guides to sort through. You know, you could even say that out loud, or if you want to take a shower with the intention, you know, just set the intention. You're like, okay, I'm just going to take this nice bath or shower, and I'm going to I'm cleansing myself. I'm releasing all of this energy and stepping into new productivity. I'm stepping into, you know, set those intentions before you take a bath or do some kind of, maybe lighting a candle and saying, okay, this is going to light my way. It's really just putting that energy out there. It's shifting, it's opening up avenues for you so that you can move forward. Let's get some more messages from these oracle decks. What else does group 1 need to know about the energy surrounding them? Okay, this one flipped over. Let's just look at this. Your life is a canvas. Artist, manifestation, creative, accountability. Okay, so this is that blank canvas energy, right? It's kind of like letting go of what maybe was there previously. Now's your opportunity to kind of step forward. You know, you're going to need to step forward and either start fresh, start looking for any type of step forward. That's like, even if it's something small, you know, that's actually, even a small step forward is going to get the energy, like build you momentum with your energy, right? Like the snowball effect of that. So, okay, let's see. All right, we have a new earth. It's happening. Keep holding the vision. So for some of you, like, you know, this isn't a complete loss. It just might not be the way you expected it to turn out. Okay, so you're needing to, in some ways, I feel, release expectations of how this situation should work out, because it may be coming to you in a different way than you thought. It might not, you know, maybe the outcome is the same, but you're needing to step out of your comfort zone, look for a different way to this destination, or just may come to you with the Four of Cups. It seems as though something is coming to you that you just weren't expecting. So just that openness, and that's where release comes in, because we can only be open if we let go of those expectations. Then we can be open to the possibilities of what could come through instead of what we like think, the way we think it should come through. So that's really important when setting any type of intention or manifestation, is to really be open to how you receive it. Oh, we have confidence. So releasing the doubt in what you started to, is it just another message coming through here, is rebuilding your confidence up and releasing that doubt. Your guides want you to know that, you know, the energy surrounding you right now is asking you to release so that you can, but you have to, yeah, releasing from a place of confidence, really, you know, knowing that the answer will come. So hopefully this reading, if it does resonate with you, is rebuilding your confidence that what you've been working towards has not been a waste, and that you just need to kind of pause, reflect. We have peace, and I feel like we need one more card. Let's see. What other message? Oh, we got 2 cards actually. Let's go for it. We have compassion and clarity. Okay, it's another message coming through. It's very important that you give yourself a break, right? Like things aren't always going to work out perfectly every single time. That doesn't mean it was a complete failure. It doesn't mean that you did something wrong or that you made a bad decision. it's just the way of life, right? So having compassion for yourself for trying and it not working out, but knowing that you did your best, or knowing that right now you just need a break, and that's the way it is. You know, we can't go 24/7 and not burn ourselves out. But I also feel this energy of like peace and clarity. I feel like these two go together, and these two go together. That really releasing these doubts and coming back to like your peace within yourself. And that's the acceptance, right? It's like this energy of peace is accepting the situation for what it is, without necessarily blaming yourself for it or blaming others, you know, like blaming anything for it. It's just, it is what it is. Coming to that peace will then allow you to see clearly, to see other opportunities clearly, because that's always the lesson. That's always the lesson of the Four of Cups, which is that the moment he looks up, the moment he lets go and no longer focuses on what was lost, that's when he looks up and he sees, oh wait, there's still hope. There's still these other options for me. There's still this opportunity that is being given that I can now take. You know, that there's something here that was not lost that can still be gained, that can move you forward. So that's where the clarity comes in, as soon as you release. And I also feel as though if you've kind of been stuck in the sense of like not wanting to try something different, but you just kind of have just been trying the same thing, really put it out there. Ask your guides, like, what does that mean? Step out of your comfort zone. Like, what am I missing here? What do I need to find, or what do I need to pursue? And you'd be surprised, like there may be somebody who comes up to you and gives you advice or offers you another opportunity, or something can come up for you that you just didn't think of before. And before you know it, you're like, oh, you're right. Like I should try that. That's such a good idea. Why didn't I think of that before? But we could just kind of be blocked because we think we just get kind of like, you know, these blinders up and only see one way to our goals. So this is a really great time in order to work through this energy. It's a really great time to really take that step back and pause and open yourself up to the other options. If you enjoyed this reading, please don't forget to hit that subscribe button and give this video a big thumbs up. That really helps my channel out and I super appreciate it. Comment down below, let me know, did this reading resonate with you? Did you find it helpful? I would love to find out and have a chat with you in the comments. That's gonna do it for this reading though. I hope to see you back again soon, but bye for now. Hello, beautiful celestial beings who chose pile number 2. I have your pile right here with the Aventurine stone on it. So I'm going to set your stone right here so we can start off by tapping into your oracle cards, seeing what energy is currently surrounding you. So we have, you're very close to achieving your goal with the gibbous moon. And we also have a time for healing with balsamic moon. So these complement each other, but also it feels like you have kind of two things going on at the same time. So in some ways there may be a goal that you're reaching, but your guides are still kind of tapping in and saying, hey, it's also okay to give yourself some time to heal. So maybe if you've been worried about reaching a goal, they want to reassure you that you will reach that goal. But also, you know, don't neglect any healing that needs to be done. So this could just be resting, or even talking about something, maybe with someone you trust, talking about something that's been on your mind and bugging you. Because in all honesty, if we hold these things in and we don't give ourselves time to heal or meditate and allow kind of energy that builds up within us to release, then it can actually affect the energy surrounding us, you know, over time. Like it can maybe stunt some of the things you're working on, keep you from really being able to focus, and influence things that you're manifesting in other ways. So it's always good to like release that energy. Sometimes exercising is a great way to do that. Just getting that energy out in some ways, depending on what type of energy it is. But you'll know kind of which is best for you. Like is it sleeping? Is it getting that energy out by like running or hiking or just being out in nature is always very healing. So let's really tap into this a little further and see. We'll take a look at your tarot cards. So we have the Knight of Swords in reverse. I feel like there's something on your mind that maybe you need to talk about. We have the Emperor, Three of Pentacles in reverse, Ace of Wands, and the King of Cups. Okay, so really great energy with the Emperor card. Clearly you're reaching a lot of big monumental goals right now. The energy surrounding you with the Emperor, this is all about foundation and really building upon something that has a strong foundation. Also kind of like leadership energy and being in control, being in power of your situation, whatever you're working towards right now. And also the Emperor kind of, he's pretty powerful in the energy because he is a major arcana card. So his energy can extend beyond just maybe like a career move or family, or it can really be kind of across the all levels where you're just feeling very in your power and in your strength right now. But I do see with the Knight of Swords, there may be, and the Three of Pentacles is in reverse, there may be some things on your mind that you're just needing to kind of talk about and release. The Ace of Wands, there's definitely something here that you are reaching the culmination of, but it almost feels as though like once you hit one goal, you're like off and running to the next one, like another either creative project, or it could be like being inspired to take a trip, to travel, but very goal-driven, accomplishment-driven right now. It's like an inspired action type of energy for you that's surrounding you, and it's only making things better. The healing aspects of this is kind of minor in comparison to kind of the things that you are achieving and accomplishing. We see with the King of Cups, there's somebody near you who is wanting to help you through this, who's being very supportive as you are maybe even expressing these things, but maybe you feel like you can't express everything. I also feel as though it may be hard for you to like lean on others and allow them to help you, even though you're like very good at doing everything yourself. I feel like the cards just want you to know like this energy will eventually, you know, run out, because it does. We all do. And it's important to lean on others. I think there's just, this could be a supportive partner, a relationship, something like that. It could be a friend, or as a King of Cups, it could be maybe even like a father type figure. But being able to lean and get support from this person can really help you out. We also see with the Three of Pentacles being in reverse, I feel like a message is coming through where some of you feel like you maybe haven't yet figured out the ideal, like the ideal path for you where you really feel aligned with it. Like you might be really successful at something that you're doing, but you feel like it's just not exactly the thing that, you know, like things just aren't exactly in place where you're able to like showcase your true talents and like your niche in life. And I feel as though that's coming. So the energy, like you're being brought to that. So that's not even like, I don't even feel like you have to worry about that. I think you're just kind of like in a stage where you're building up to this, like where you're going to be recognized even more. So this could also be like you don't feel, maybe you are doing what you enjoy, but you're not being really recognized for that aspect of things. Maybe you're being recognized for something else, or maybe just not at all. You just haven't fully gotten the recognition you want. I do feel as though that's coming. Like you're going to find the path that leads you to more recognition for what you're doing, but to keep at it and to keep going and keep pursuing that is going to be really important. All right, let's keep going with some more oracle cards. What other messages does group 2 need to know? Anything that I'm missing? What do they need to know? Okay, lifting the veil, questioning everything. Anything unaligned must go. So because you're in this Emperor energy, this is an opportunity to really look around. And this is really having to do with the healing, a time for healing. So what it's really pointing to is getting any of the obstacles out of your way, because you are like on fire. Ace of Wands, Wands energy is fire energy. And it is the Ace, so it's the beginning, it's building. And this is showing like, don't let anybody who is, maybe even people who are tearing down your ideas or putting doubt in your head with the Nine of Swords, just like, even if you just have to step away from those people for the time being, you just need to do that in order to stay the course and trust your intuition, because I feel like there's just people who maybe don't understand, or they don't have the best of intentions, or they just don't understand. They just don't know what they're doing. And I feel like you are just on a roll and you need to pursue this. So don't let anybody stand in your way of pursuing these goals. And you know, it's one thing to have people who are supporting you, but like, they are giving you good advice, you know, like asking questions, making you think and be like, oh yeah, like how do I get through that? And they're supporting you to reach your goals. And then there's people who are just like, they don't want to see you succeed, so they're just putting doubt in your head, versus honestly trying to, you know, constructively figure out potential setbacks or something like that. So this card is reassuring that like you are intuitively guided right now. That is the energy surrounding you. So don't let other people put that doubt in your head that could potentially, you know, stop you in your tracks, or are just unaligned with these goals that you have. Okay. Awesome. Let's pull one more card from this deck. Any other messages for my group twos? That was a really great one. Any other messages? I definitely feel like there's one more card in this deck for you guys. Okay. We have, I'm gonna have to flip this around to read it. Star ancestors, hidden secrets, lost wisdom, look deeper. So part of this message is star ancestors, which is that you may be, for some of you, I feel like you're feeling very tied to your traditions or your ancestors' craft or history, family history. And this could have to do with your craft or your talent or your business or something you're pursuing right now. I feel that part of the looking deeper is having to do with maybe when you have these doubts, or when you are kind of asking yourself, well, what doesn't align with me? I think this is a big time, like the energy is kind of revealing these things to you, and it's important to not doubt those. Like lost wisdom, I feel like there's like inner knowing inside of you that's been telling you something isn't right, or telling you something is like off, and you have to find what that misaligned thing is. And that's going to be really powerful for you as far as healing goes. And I think I almost feel like your ancestors are it's connecting back to your ancestors, but at the same time, it's like you are walking this path yourself. So it may not, beneath the surface, it may be kind of like a past life or kind of karmic energy that you are needing to work through, but really that really doesn't matter in the long run, because whether or not you're working through something that started a long time ago or now, either way it's the same energy. Like you're just going to be releasing it or looking deep within yourself in this lifetime to heal that aspect. So again, unaligned. So how would you know what would be unaligned? Well, it would be, it can come across as anxiety. It can come up as self-doubt. And it's about looking deeper when you feel those energies, you know, like where is it coming from? How is it appearing in your body, and really being present with that. So that's one way I could think of like seeing what is unaligned. But then also I'm sure there's obvious things, like I said before, where there's maybe certain people who just aren't being supportive, or you feel like maybe something you're being asked to do doesn't align with your values. So that kind of a thing. And I think, again, it's pointing to what really is being healed right now in that aspect. Especially because with the energy that's surrounding you, as far as reaching your goals, it feels like it's very quickly happening and unfolding really, really quickly. So when you get swept up in that energy, you are like operating off of your intuition, but that's why it's important to like take a step back every once in a while, reassess your energy, see where you're at, and then be able to kind of like move forward from there. Okay, let's get some final themes and messages. My group 2's financial health. Oh, so this really is going to be bringing you in even more wealth and prosperity. Spirit guide. All right, so your ancestors coming in directly. You're being guided right now by your ancestors. I do feel like that's confirming that they're watching over you right now. You have a guide who is helping you accomplish this. Like they are helping you reach these goals. Okay. I love when this card comes out. It's just like, it's so neat because you may already have been seeing like angel numbers or repeating numbers, or maybe you just had a feeling like someone was watching over you, and this spirit guide or guides does relate to your ancestors in some way, and it's helping you heal these things so that you can really, so you can like lift the veil and see clearly using your intuition, and allow yourself to be guided to these goals. Okay, we have trust and beauty. I feel like many of you guys are just artistic. You have artistic talent, or just see the beauty of life. You know, just the beauty in the little things. And there's a lot of like energy here of like trusting in the unknown and trusting in your inner self, that you're being guided. I think for many of you though, like you already know this. Like I feel like you've already been like, yes, like I have been feeling this. I've been feeling on my game. I've been feeling like confident in myself, and like just like trusting that there is a higher force helping you to accomplish these things. So I feel like the doors are just going to be opening for you. It's just important to always keep that trust. Like it's just kind of like confirming for you, like you are doing everything right. You may even feel like you're just like on this trajectory and things are just working out for you naturally, like you're just kind of like being carried through this. And if you're not feeling that currently, just know like this energy is kind of surrounding, like it's coming in. And this is something that is lasting. So you may not always, like everything may not always work out perfectly, but because there is this Emperor energy, I'm seeing like what you're building upon now is like lasting. You know, these goals that you're achieving, like this is going to be, I'm hearing kind of like an inheritance for generations to come. And your ancestors are like, they're cheering you on. So yeah, just trust in this whole process. This is a really exciting time for you. I really hope that you enjoyed these messages. Comment down below, let me know if it did resonate with you. I will have in the card above another reading that you might be interested in, but otherwise, if you are enjoying my readings, please don't forget to hit that subscribe button and join our family of celestial beings. Give this video a big thumbs up, that really helps my channel out. But that's gonna do it for this reading. I hope to see you back again soon, but bye for now. Hello, beautiful celestial beings who chose pile number 3 with the red tiger's eye on it. Set your stone right up here so we can dive into the oracle cards. First, we're going to find out what energy is surrounding you right now. So we have conclusions are within reach with a full moon eclipse. So really powerful change energy. And also work through your fears, new moon in Scorpio. Okay. Great, so we're just gonna keep these cards here. So you're going, this is the energy of like rushing to the finish line and gaining truth, right? Like, I feel like things are being revealed. An eclipse is a very turmoil, like very strong energy that can kind of stir things up. And ultimately the energy is helping you to reveal certain things that you may be fearful of, or that maybe you've been avoiding these things, but you're gaining the conclusions you need in order to move forward. So that's what's really important here. And also when things get stirred up sometimes and truth is revealed, I do feel like this is always the best, right? Like, you can only work through something if you're honest about it, you know, whether it's with other people or just with yourself about maybe something that you're afraid of or you've been kind of avoiding. This is you're gonna see some outcomes, some conclusions, and it may even challenge you to face some of your fears by, you know, reaching this conclusion. So let's keep going because we're gonna go into further detail with the tarot cards. So you have the Knight of Wands, the Eight of Wands. Yeah, big news. Also fire energy here, really matching up with that like strong energy from that full moon eclipse. We have the Hermit, Justice, and Seven of Wands. Lots of fire energy here. Conclusions. Okay, so something that has been really weighing on you. I feel like maybe you've even kind of retreated away because it's a little scary to deal with, or it's difficult to deal with, and you've kind of been reflecting and trying to figure this out. But I see a lot of fairness happening here. Like the Scorpio energy is just kind of like revealing things, especially with the new moon. That's just like revealing things from the darkness. With the Hermit, you've kind of maybe retreated from these fears, and now they're being revealed to you. You're getting news, you're getting outcomes from something you've been worrying about and fearful of. Okay, that really is coming true because we are seeing Justice here and we're seeing Seven of Wands. So this is triumph. This is actually, you know, having to deal with something that maybe brought fear. So if you can think of something that this reading would really relate to, that something that has been causing you your fear or anxiety, and reaching a conclusion with this, getting answers that actually is in your favor with the Justice card. Justice is happening here. And with the Seven of Wands, that's you rising above the turmoil, like, you know, coming out victorious. The Eight of Wands represents the news coming in quickly, and yeah, the energy of the Wands is kind of like coming in swiftly, things happening very quickly, and it may have been almost like, I almost feel like a band-aid kind of being ripped off, and then you taking the time to really like work on yourself and reflect. Like, this is kind of, this overall, like, could happen in a different order, but either way, like, you've been in hermit mode trying to just kind of like get through this because maybe you've been waiting for this information. I always mention with the Justice card, as we know, or as many of you probably know if you read tarot yourself, the Justice card has to do with legal matters. So maybe you've been waiting for the results on a court case or the results of like a situation to come in, and in the meantime you've just kind of had to like wait, you know. Like, I feel like with the Hermit, this like waiting energy of like, what's gonna happen with this, how, you know, what is gonna be the final conclusion here. And all this energy building up reveals to you kind of this way out, this way to like overcome this, and things like justice ultimately happening for this group. All right, let's keep going with some further messages from these other oracle decks. What messages does group 3 need to know about this conclusion and these answers coming through? Ooh. That was a lot of them, but I feel like this one wants to come out. Forge, don't follow. Pave a new path. Be the leader you wish you had. So facing your fears or working through your fears might mean that you may have to, I would say, like either reach out, or with the Knight of Wands, like that energy to me is like forging ahead and paving a new path. So ultimately what's needed is to accept where you are right now. Maybe you're still in hermit mode and you don't really see how this current situation is fair per se, or maybe justice has just not come through for you in a clear way yet. But with Forge, don't follow and pave a new path, it's saying like, don't face your fears, right? Like work through those fears of what could happen in the future and find a way to pave a path that and be the leader that you wish you had. Basically, it's like be the person who you wish you could be by just like one step at a time, right? Like how can you work through this? How can you make the most of this situation and make this fair? So you got the Love, Hadarian energy, codependency, boundaries. So this is another aspect of this, right? Which is setting boundaries with other people and giving yourself the love to know like, okay, I'm not going to allow anybody to break those boundaries again, right? Like where are your boundaries? Define your boundaries. And if others don't follow them, or if they step over them, you know, like either remove yourself from that situation or find your voice to, again, like to lead the path of setting boundaries and to not rely on other people. There's a lot, you know, and this is a tough energy, group 3. It can be tough. It's on your side. You got the Love, right? Like there's support here energetically as well to help you through this, but it is a Scorpio energy of working through fears, and it is a fresh start here. So you find the conclusion, you know, you reach a conclusion here, and then you're being forced to kind of work through fears. What are those steps that you can do now to move forward? I feel as though I feel as though the guides, like the cards are saying, and your guides are saying to you, like, this is just a time where you're going to overcome this. You're going to work through some of these fears, and you're going to come out the other side stronger than ever. You know, you're going to come out the other side transforming into a leader, transforming with inner confidence, with these boundaries, putting yourself first, putting love for yourself first. And that's just something that you are working through right now, that you are learning from, and you will come out the other side stronger, more powerful, more confident, and also having these important boundaries set so that you know, okay, I'm not going to tolerate this, you know, I'm not going to allow people like this into my life again, or whatever the circumstance may be. It could be different for everybody. But having those set boundaries and learning from this situation, which is really what life is all about, right? Like we have to face fears. We get forced to face fears throughout our life in order to grow and expand and transform. Okay. Let's see. What else does group 3 need to know? Is there anything we're missing? This card wants to come out. Empowerment, of course. Look at that full moon behind her too. Empowerment. You are building upon your empowerment. We have freedom. You are, okay, so part of this justice is finding freedom. Finding freedom, being empowered, and being able to free yourself, which sometimes we have to free ourselves by working through fears, right? Like by overcoming fears and freeing ourselves from those fears. Okay, and we also have willpower. Oh my gosh, you got like, we're gonna go with all of these because this all applies. Your guide, I can really feel like your guide's coming through and just being like, you've got this, like we've got your back. Like fear is just an emotion. It doesn't control you. We also have willpower, blessings, strength. These are all messages that we were talking about, like having that willpower to push through, to rise above these challenges with the Seven of Wands. We have strength. You have the strength to do this. You can do this. You can rise above this, and blessings. So you are going to be receiving blessings for the hard work that you're doing and for challenging yourself too. Like, you are being recognized right now by spirit for challenging yourself and for getting through the situation. And I feel too, what are you passionate about? What ignites your fire, like your soul fire? What gives you that drive and that excitement about the future, about what's to come? Find that in yourself and strive for that. You know, what makes you get up in the morning and you're like, you know what, I just really love. It could be something so simple. It doesn't have to be this like insane thing, but maybe it's going to see your friends, or maybe it's reading a really good book, or maybe it's just like running or bike riding, or any type of thing where you're like, you know what, I just really enjoy doing this thing. And you know, that's what's going to motivate me. You know, finds that thing that's going to motivate you. I feel like this group does have that. There's this willpower within you, this fire within you, that you can take advantage of. You could take advantage of that energy and build on it with your own like willpower and motivation. And I do feel as though like gaining freedom could be that willpower, you know, could be that motivator too, is like feeling empowered and feeling free finally from this whole situation. Yeah, I feel like that could also be like a driving force for you to keep going. Okay, wow, group 3, thank you so much for joining me for this reading. I hope you enjoyed these messages. They came very quickly. I feel really aligned with this reading, and just kind of how the messages came through. I hope you did too. If you did, please drop a comment down below. I'd love to chat with you more about if this resonated with you. Otherwise, please consider hitting that subscribe button and joining our family of celestial beings. Give this video a big thumbs up. That really helps my channel out. I will put above another reading that you might be interested in. I'll also put on the end cards some readings that I think you also might enjoy, so you can check those out next. But that's gonna do it for this reading. I hope to see you back again soon, but bye for now.